Hello, student. Today I'm going to discuss the question and answers of the chapter What is Democracy? Why Democracy? Which is given at the end of the chapter. Alright. So, this is the first question. In the first question, they have given information about four countries, and based on this information, you have to decide whether they are democratic, undemocratic, or whether you're not sure whether it is democratic or non democratic. Now, country A. In country A, people who do not accept the country's official religion, they do not have a right to vote. Say for example, India's official religion is any religion. Okay, if there is any religion which is India's official religion. Okay, and if you are not following that religion, then you don't have a right to vote. So this type of country is directly, you have to say, it is undemocratic, because people, they do not have a right to choose their religion. Okay, this country is not even a secular country. All right, so this is undemocratic, because secular meaning that every person has a right to follow or preach any religion of their choice. So if a country is not allowing you, then it is a non-democratic country. Okay. B. The same party has been winning elections for the last 20 years. See, this is not sure, because it has not been mentioned that the country was doing unfair means, or they were doing fraud, or they were influencing peoples to vote for them, like it happened in Mexico, China. Remember, in China, there's only one party, Chinese Communist Party, and there is no opposition parties. No one can participate in the elections even. But it is not mentioned here. It has only mentioned that the party has been winning elections for the last 20 years. Okay, even in India, if you see, we have a party named this Congress. This party has ruled India for 3 decades. All right, 30 years they have ruled. But we cannot say that the regime or the rule of Congress party was a democratic, because they were winning elections because people were favoring the party. All right, I hope this is clear. Next, ruling party has lost in the last 3 elections. Yes. So what is democracy? Where everyone, every party gets a fair chance in elections. Okay, if the party which has been ruling for so many years, and if they are losing the elections, that means the people, they have a right to choose. Okay, they are choosing and they are removing the person who is in power. Okay, and yes, the ruling party, they has lost in the last 3 elections. Yes, so that is, uh, we can understand that people are choosing correctly. Okay, people are just giving their vote, and they are choosing other party, or uh, in place of the party which was ruling. Okay, because remember, we have discussed one feature of democracy is what? Where the party which is in power has a fair chance of losing. Okay, fair chance of losing, meaning they must also lose the elections. It's not mandatory they must lose the elections, but if they don't work according to the needs and the welfare of the people, then they have a chance of losing. Okay, they must have a chance, but okay, the chance, and the other parties should also get a chance to sit in the elections and win the elections and be the ruling party. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next, there is no independent election commission. Now, what is this election commission? You know that after every 5 years in our country we have elections. Okay, and who is conducting this election? This is election commission. But if the election commission is not independent, then what will happen? Unfairly, this election commission can be controlled. Okay, and the party which is in power will never let the other party to come in power. Okay, because they will control the election commission, and they will gather all the votes in their favor and they will win elections after every 5 years. Okay, I hope this is clear. We'll go to the next question. Here again, they have given some information about four countries, and again, you have to classify democratic, undemocratic, or whether you're not sure. Okay, uh, country P. Country P, the parliament cannot pass a law about the army without the consent of the chief of army. No. See, we have a parliament in our country, and what is parliament? The law making body. Okay, they are amending the constitution as well. And you know what is supreme? Like, what is supreme in our country? It's our laws. Okay, and our laws are written in the constitution. So nothing is as supreme as constitution in our country. And the parliament, which is responsible for making laws, they can make laws for anything in our country. They can discuss everything and anything. Whatever is governing our country, parliament has a right. But if a parliament cannot pass a law against the military or against the chief, then this is not democratic, as we have discussed in Pakistan. There was this military general, Parvez Musharraf. Remember, how did he came to power and how did he control? I've discussed with you people the provincial assembly, the national assembly. So that was undemocratic. All right. So parliament, being the lawmaker, the lawmaking body, they have a right to make laws on any subject. Okay, though the classification is there with this center and the uh, state list are there, because a state, because in state we have a state legislature which is making law for a particular state, but for the central we have a parliament and that parliament is making law for the entire country. Okay, and then that is why country P is undemocratic. Okay, now we'll go to country Q. The parliament cannot pass a law reducing the powers of the judiciary. Okay, yes, this is democratic. Why? Because see, we have three different branches: legislature, executive, and judiciary. And if you see in our country, legislature and executive, they are they are just the organs which are, legislature is making laws and executive is implementing those laws. And we have another body named judiciary. But what judiciary is doing? They are just protecting the laws. Okay, they are protecting the constitution. That is why they are the guardian of constitution. If you see, okay, now this judiciary must be kept independent, okay, in order to maintain transparency, in order to have no corruption, because we have to protect our laws. Now who is going to protect our constitution? Judiciary. That is why in our country we have kept judiciary independent out of the other three organs. Like we have legislature, executive, and judiciary, but judiciary is independent of legislature and executive, because in legislature and executive we have the leaders, the representatives, and if you see, they are hungry of power. Yes, and they can also make use of judiciary to be in power. That is why we have kept judiciary independent. Okay, but if the parliament is not reducing the powers of judiciary, then it is democratic, because judiciary is independent. All right. See, the country's leader cannot sign any treaty with any other country without taking the permission for its neighboring country. All right. So this is undemocratic. Why? See, if I'll just give you an example of India and Pakistan. Okay, these are the two neighboring countries and conflict regions. These are all right. Now, if India is asking for everything, like for everything India has to ask before signing a treaty to Pakistan, is India democratic? No, because India's majorly decisions are being taken by Pakistan. That is why if India is not free, If India as a nation is not free to take its own decision, we cannot say it as a democratic country, because I've told you what is sovereign. What is sovereign? A country is said to be sovereign when they are taking their own decisions by themselves. But if they are depending on the other nations, then they are not even sovereign, not also democratic. All right. Next, all the major economic decisions about the country are taken by officials of the central bank, which the ministers cannot change. All right. Now, again, I'll give you one example. Like we have a State Bank of India, and if this bank is taking all the economic decisions, like which country to trade with, how much money should we take from this import or this export, like if they are in charge of all the economic decisions, and if, say for example, they are hiking up their salaries and reducing the salaries of other people, then they are becoming what? A leader or dominance. Okay, now they are dominating the country economically. This is an example. All right. Now if the bank is taking all the decisions as per the government, then what will happen? This is again undemocratic. Okay, because in a country where we say it is democracy, only the leaders chosen by the people should take the decisions, not anyone in between. Like military cannot take, government cannot take, whether it is political, economic, culture, any decisions. It should be taken by the government, which is elected by the people. Okay, and the election should be free and fair. Okay. Next question. Which of this not is not a good argument in favor of democracy? Why? A. People feel free and equal in democracy. Yes, people should feel free and equal in democracy. Yes or no? I've told you there are three attributes. People should feel free, equal, and they must have rights. Okay, all right. And democracy resolve conflicts in a better, yeah, we have discussed, right, that democracy resolve the conflicts in a better way than others. This is one of the feature given in your book. Next, democratic government is more accountable to the people. Yes, I've discussed that democracy people, the government is more accountable. Okay, they are more accountable and responsible to the people. Okay, next, democracies are more prosperous than others. Okay, see, we cannot say that being democratic, all right, being democratic is being prosperous. Okay, just a way we run our country. But how can we say we are prosperous when our economy is increasing, our GDP is increasing? Then we can say we are prosperous, right? And also, when see, the prosperity of a country depends on many other factors, like natural resources are there, okay, what kind of policies are there, how developed the people are there, how happy the people are there. So there are so many factors that to be considered before claiming that democracy makes everything prosperous. No. Okay, and here they have given example, because not democratic country like India and Sri Lanka are not as prosperous as countries like monarchist countries like Saudi Arabia and communist country like China. Yes, because in terms of economy, China, Saudi Arabia, they are doing much well than India. Sri Lanka, so you know the current situation of Sri Lanka being democratic country, what downfall of economy they are going through. Okay, so you cannot just come to a conclusion. All right, you have to analyze. All right, next question, and this is the last question for today, and tomorrow I'm going to give you more set of questions from the book. Now, each of this statement contains a democratic and an undemocratic element. Write out the two separately for each statement. A. A minister said that some laws have to be passed by the parliament in order to conform to the regulations decided by the WTO. Now, what is the democratic element in this? Some laws have to be passed by the parliament. Yes, laws are to be passed by the parliament, so this is democratic. But what is undemocratic? Conform to the regulations decided by the WTO. Okay, because you know WTO is a world organization looking after the disputes, settlements of the trade related disputes are all being settled by the WTO. Now you are being because you have to confirm whatever the regulations are given by the WTO. So that is why it is undemocratic. B. The election commission ordered repolling in a constituency where large scale rigging was reported. Now, what is democratic? The election commission ordered repolling. Yes. So, if you find that the elections were not going democratically, then you can order re-elections or repolling there. Okay. And large scale rigging. So, this is again undemocratic. People going to the booth, okay, showing guns and telling them to vote for this party. If you don't vote, then I'll kill you, giving all those threats and all right, so this is undemocratic. See, women representation has in the parliament has reached 10%. This led a women's organization demand one-third seats for women. Now what is democratic? That this led to women organization to demand one-third seats for, yeah, people are asking for something which they need. So in a democracy, people has a right to demand. All right. And undemocratic women representation in the parliament has never reached 10%. Okay, so I missed the word barely. All right, so women representation in the parliament has never reached 10%. Again, this shows the gender inequality. Okay, because in a democratic country there should be no discrimination on the basis of religion, sorry, gender. Okay, gender. So this is it for the video. So tomorrow I'll continue from question number 5 to question number 10. Okay, thank you so much, and do go through the videos. All right, thank you.